How's everybody doing? Welcome to the show. I'm just stretching out, getting back to being used to being on air. Took a week off. It feels like you've been gone forever. How's everybody doing? Nesto here. And happy Friday, early Saturday to everybody. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. If you're here in the States, holiday weekend, as the 4th of July is coming up, the nation's birthday. So hopefully we're going to have some fireworks. Not just on the show, but maybe in your local town as well. Anyway, I want to catch up on some of the things I've missed in Star Citizen. And as you can see behind me, we've got Port Olisar, which has been in the headlines lately. I think there's an inside Star Citizen that's going to address... Oh, I wasn't expecting that pie. Well played. Whoever did it, well played. I will catch up on the stream and get you there, because that was Bass. How's it going, Bass? I wasn't expecting it, so you totally threw me off there. But anyway, yeah, I'm here standing at Port Olisar, one of the first stations in Star Citizen. It's kind of a beloved station to all of us in Star Citizen, if you've been around for a while. So I want to see what their plans are for this station. I've heard some rumors that... You guys, let me know if my sound's good.
Port Olisar was first introduced alongside the Persistent Universe in Star Citizen Alpha 2.0. And it holds a special place in the hearts of many who remember those earliest days of Tessa Bannister, comms array missions, and of course the old Big Benny's challenge. But as Star Citizen's development continues to expand and evolve life in the... Port Olisar has fallen behind in its ability to support the game systems of today, later this year, and certainly beyond. But now there's a new kid on the playground looking to take its role and its job, if not its place in our hearts. And it's scheduled to arrive in the upcoming Alpha 320.
There she is.
Port Olisar was our first space station that we put into Star Citizen. It's gone through some minor changes, but for the most part, it's really stayed the same. Just a quick, easy, get in, get out space station.
That's why we love it, right?
When it was first conceived, basically, it was really just a way for the players to spawn into the solar system. So we had to think about how many habitation halves went in there. We had to think about the stores that were needed, and then a way for players to spawn in their ships. I think that people like it just because it's get in, get out, you know, and there's that kind of feel.
That's why I like it.
Loops. There's nothing there that basically extends the timeline and the gameplay.
Yeah, basically, you're not wasting your time.
And for the most part, it
with
has
elevators.
All the shops the average person needs, you know, armor shop, FPS shop. There's a ship item shop there as well. I think the initial implementation of Port Olisar, you know, did everything that we needed it to do, checked all the boxes. But obviously, as the game has evolved and changed,
sounds like it's the perfect station, right?
We needed to adjust it. We've added medical gameplay, we've added cargo, and unfortunately, Port Olisar doesn't support any of those game loops, so it became apparent that we need to start investigating a way to change it or adjust it and bring it up to speed.
So sad. Beautiful Olisar. So, by the way, I did a video on Port Olisar.
Seraphim Station is the official name for what we've been calling Olisar 2.0 internally for quite a while now. What we initially set out to do is create this really grand space station with a really fantastic sense of scale that players could have a really good time flying in and around and also to and from. So we had a really good time playing around with different design languages and shape languages that we could then use to come together for the final product. We were also working on lots of shape studies involving the silhouette of the station to make sure it was reminiscent of other stations and also to bring our own unique spin on it.
Seraphim Station is a homage to Port Olisar in the way that it looks. We're keeping the rings, and but then it's also taking all of the existing Leo Station gameplay and bringing that over to that station.
It's much larger and much more extravagant than anything that we've done before in terms of our space station kit. But this is utilizing the kit in a way that we haven't before, and it's created much more unique identity for it than anything else, I think. I think the gameplay around it is going to be very cool, specifically just, you know, seeing it for the first time, approaching it.
This is the whole reason. This is the reason why they're shanking it. Because this ship, which they're going to introduce, I believe in 3.20, right? The Hull C. Not going to be able to dock here, right? I mean, we do need hangars for the larger ships as well, too. But I don't know. Part of me is dying here.
Multiple hangars, view rooms all over the station, providing you with, you know, beautiful views of the planet at the right time of day. Extremely large station, probably 4 to 5 times bigger than Olisar. So we have everything that you could possibly need inside. It has various sets of hangars and habs in the center of the first 2 rings, and those are going to be where players are going to be landing their ships, collecting their ships, and the general gameplay that occurs over there. Then towards the back end of the ship, we have the cargo area, which is going to incorporate that gameplay as well. So this is how we sort of mixed and matched all of these together to create something a little bit more unique. We also have docking tubes and everything else that players could need to traverse along this big structure.
Has the medical clinic area, it has cargo, everything there that's needed to support all of our careers that are being developed and growing.
The whole need for the station was that we're trying to have a focus on and introduce bounty gameplay into each station as much as we can. So each station also has a security dock integrated into it as well. That is going to be where all of the bounty gameplay is going to be happening, and you're going to be directed towards that. So it will be the replacement, so to speak, for Olisar. Olisar, I don't think I've seen that structure yet. We know what a historical thing it is for the players.
We will pay proper homage to it later. And we were trying to find ways to basically send it off. Obviously, I think if we did a new space station and just renamed it Port Olisar, the old Port Olisar that they loved then just goes away completely. But basically, for right now, we need to remove it, and then we'll be putting in Seraphim Station in its place, and then in the future, we'll talk about what we're going to do with Port Olisar.
I'm a little confused. So they're not gonna get rid of Olisar. It's gonna disappear for a little bit, but how are they gonna explain that Seraphim is in the same place that Olisar was? That's gonna be interesting.
So the way that we set up our Leo stations, all of them are future-proofed and allow us to add new modules to them via our internal transit loop, and the way that we set up the object containers within the game and load. And this is also becoming future-proof for when we add new things to the station. Port Olisar, it was so small, there was no place to add or grow, and there was no transit loops so that we can fill and block off or open new loops to get to new areas. And with Seraphim, this allows us to continue that same thought process.
Does it really need a transit loop that bad?
Everything that we need to give to the player in that area.
Either hey, what's up, Dan?
Horizon is missing, or things that Grimp Hex might be missing. This allows us to basically make sure that the player has a local area and a local space station to acquire anything that they might need. So as new careers come online, whether that be bounty hunter or exploration or other things, this opens new ways for us to actually go in. And the Hull C is coming, and with the cargo decks and the gameplay that we needed to load the Hull C, we felt that this was the right time to introduce it to the game.
I don't think you can say it's better station than Port Olisar. I think like Port Olisar has become a monument to the players, and it's got its own value. That I think we try to honor that as much as possible, and I think we try to create our own take on that as much as possible. So I like to think that we ended up something that we're all very happy with. I wouldn't say it is better than Olisar, no.
For marketing purposes, it's better.
For marketing purposes, it's absolutely 100% 3 times better than Olisar.
But it doesn't have that nostalgia that Olisar has.
So, what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that Port Olisar's days are numbered when that new hotness Seraphim station comes online in the upcoming Alpha 320. That it'll be home to
I'm not sure I'm feeling the
present-day
hotness. Did you guys feel the
amenities and
hotness?
capabilities current space stations have to offer. And of course, be better set up for future developments, cargo, bounty hunting, and all the other commercial and industrial gameplay systems that'll continue to evolve.
Bass says wait for it.
Later this year.
I was about to turn this
We
off
also
because it
want
looks
to
like
give
we're
a
wrapping
big
up.
shout out to some massive bar citizens that have happened over the last 2 weeks, including those near each studio in Los Angeles, Austin, Montreal,
Bar citizen.
Manchester, Frankfurt,
Nobody's
as
wearing a
well as
mask.
some absolutely enormous ones in Shanghai with roughly 1,500 people, followed
Whoa.
by Hong Kong, and if I'm not mistaken, in
They're
South
serious about
Korea
Star
coming
Citizen
up
in
this
Shanghai.
Saturday, Paris the Saturday after that, and then of course my absolute favorite each and every year, Cologne, Germany for Gamescom. It's a terrific way to celebrate a birthday, I can promise you that.
I gotta go to
And while
Cologne
we're
one of these
talking
years.
celebrations, CitizenCon, the big live in-person event, is returning after a 4-year hiatus this year with a 2-day event in my hometown of Los Angeles. It's
Forgot
your
about
chance to meet
CitizenCon.
your favorite developers and fellow citizens in person and pitch which ship you think should be made
Are they
next
selling tickets yet?
directly to John Cruz's face, or even how you think a particular gameplay system should work directly into Todd Pappy's eyes. They're not allowed to leave. They legally have to stand there and listen. General tickets are on sale today, and you can check the website for details on the when and the what for. And as for me, it's that time of year where ISC goes on hiatus. We're going to take a few weeks to recharge some
No,
batteries, give the
say it
devs
isn't
a
so.
break from having to fake appendicitis every time they see me coming, and plot out the
200 a
next quarter's
ticket.
worth of weekly content. If you've been around for a while, you know what Q3 heading into CitizenCon is
Oh,
like.
guess it's
For
still cheaper than my
Inside Star
hotel room.
Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the process of game development with you. And we'll see you all here in about a month.
What do you get for VIP? 07 viewer. Only pause for a
Antonio
second.
Paladin is now following.
Thank you, Antonio. 07 to you. Welcome aboard the crew. All right, looks like this. Oh, it's not over yet. What am I going to miss here? Should I play it? Let's see what they have here. What's the teaser
Port
surprise?
Olisar, first station of the Stanton system. Gone missing in Alpha 320 and replaced without rhyme or reason.
What
Where
is
did
this?
it go? What happened to it? Who doesn't want us to know? That's where our team of brilliant researchers and recreationists on the ISC gameplay capture team come in. With a
Like a
theory
documentary?
not based in science, fact, or anything Todd Pappy would have you believe, but instead
Science
what
fact.
feels right to them in the distorted, reason-askew minds of Will, Dave, and Alex.
What is going on here? Olisar. Wait, it's dropping orbit? Yes. This is the ending we all want. Oh no. People didn't have enough time to escape? That's a terrible... NPC T-posing. Standing on a chair, of course. Oh my gosh. This is definitely fan service, right? This is what we all want.
We make no claims to know what really happened, and we certainly didn't ask anyone that could have told us. Instead, we offer one potential reality for you alone to judge. For unresolved miseries, I'm the person talking to you now. Bye.
Nicely played, Jared. Nicely played for our last ISC, right? Before they go on hiatus. Alright, I'm glad that you guys told me to hang in there and to catch that ending part there. Anyway, let's get into some Star Citizen. It's been a while, I want to see what I've been missing. And Brahma, it's good to see you. And Antonio, yes, you're right, that is the best part. The Titanic is space, definitely. Which I've been thinking a lot about since that submarine thing happened. And whoever pied me right there, nicely played. Nicely played. Alright, am I looking at like a Hercules that's blocking my view, my way out? I feel like I am. Hello there. Look, this is straight up somebody like parked their Hercules in front of the hangar bay door. Oh, crap. I guess. Or they're just like screwing with me? I don't know. I think this is like a practical joke, honestly. Because, I mean, how many times do you see a Hercules, you know, just blocking your view like this? This guy landed worse than I do. I don't think he made it. Probably passed out at the stick.